So the events calendar on the website is one of the most complex widgets that we have. By default, you can see here it provides a view of all the upcoming events in the next couple of weeks or months. It depends on the number of events that are upcoming. And it has a lot of controls to expand, collapse the entire list or individual elements, to get a printed view of this, to go back in time or forward in time, or to select a particular day to look at the events on that particular day. Most of the stuff here is interactive. You can click on these days to go to those days. You can click on these individual buttons to expand or collapse, and then read the details of that particular event, etc. At the bottom, you'll also see there's a subscribe button where you can add this to your Google Calendar, or subscribe to this particular calendar as well. So clicking on a particular date will take you to all the events on that date. There's a lot of mouse over functionality, which I'll show you a little bit later, that works, that you can see in those particular views. So some of the difficulties we faced here were making sure that everything was keyboard accessible, expand, collapse, that the state for those things was correctly communicated. So the state of this expand collapse toggle, making sure that focus was correctly managed, because the creators of this widget had originally have different buttons which they show and hide based on the state, toggling open and close, and making sure that the focus doesn't get lost there. Making sure that the reading order of all the content within one of these elements made sense for a screen reader, and making sure that things like this read more button are programmatically associated with the event itself that it's associated with, so that it's not confusing when there's more than one of these visible on the page, which one belongs to which particular event. So then the final thing that we had to do was making sure that, for example, when you go to this view where you've got all the events on a particular day, there is a mouse over here if you're using the mouse. Making sure that that was also available for users of the keyboard was one of the other things that we had to make work. So it was definitely the most complex widget on the entire site, but using a lot of ARIA markup and JavaScript to make sure we manage focus and have event handlers for everything, we were able to make it very accessible.